Okay, so this is gonna actually be a really good video. My name's Ryan Nelson. I'm a videographer and I'm also a quality engineer. And today I'm gonna tell you how I took the first steps to quitting my 9-to-5 and my side job as a videographer. To clarify, I did 3 things that made them not really feel like work and thus quitting the job. I am a productivity nut, so to speak. And so I've tried different systems here and there to try and do that. One of those systems that I have attempted to use is GTD, getting things done. There's a book by David Allen. There's also a ton of videos on YouTube that show you how to implement this systemized structure of capturing everything so you don't have to remember anything. I'm not gonna go into that, but what I am gonna do is tell you a short story, okay? I live in Memphis, Tennessee, and I worked for a power transformer plant here. They eventually sold the plant, and while the deal was getting closed, I was at home, all right? And so while I'm at home, things resurface. I'm working on my videography business and feeling my way through things, trying to get organized. If you're a business owner, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I decided that, but because I get distracted easily, it's better for me to incorporate checklists to, do things. I kind of got away from the checklist and I kind of got away from the to-do list and the system that I use with GTD because I just kind of felt like it was too much work. I went to another YouTube video. I don't know how I got there. This gentleman was mentioning that a huge mistake making checklists is that you're not 100% clear in what you have to do. You leave a little bit of context because it's you, and when you look at that note, you think that you'll know what it looks like later. However, from personal experience, I have learned 3 months later, you don't know why you wrote that. Sometimes 3 hours later, you don't know why you wrote that. His advice, the YouTube video that I watched, was to actually write in such detail so that another person can come by and do, what you were doing. And so that's tip number 1, making a checklist and making it super clear, super concise so that anyone can come and read through it and understand what the next step is and get it done. I have checklists for pre-production when I'm setting up my camera to film. I also have one for video editing. Now this may not work for everyone, but it works for people like me with short attention spans and a lot to do. Talking about number 1 and the checklist, it kind of bled into number 2, my number 2 tip, which is clarifying every single detail. I'm gonna pull up a note for you that I use for, I'm gonna do a personal thing because I don't wanna pull up any work stuff. All right, so for my truck, all right, I put get an alignment for my truck. Research the best place to get an alignment. Take into account the fact that I have commercial rims and tires on my truck, and I may have to use a larger commercial truck tire shop versus the dealership. So if someone comes and picks up this to-do item, or they find my phone, or bad example, but if I asked you to get an alignment for my truck, you would at least know exactly where I would start, more or less. And that's the point, clarifying, being very specific. Specificity is, it's a good thing, so do it. And finally, last but not least, one of the huge things that has helped me in my personal life, my career as an engineer, and my career as a videographer is reviewing everything on my list every single day. Here's what that does for me. There used to be a time where Friday evening when I got off of work, I would kind of wake up Saturday morning thinking about work. Part of that problem was because the assignments that I was given at work, I never got proper closure on those assignments. I didn't review my next steps and decide what my next steps would be on Friday before I got off of work. And so I thought about it until Monday. When Monday came around, I still had to figure out answers, but then I had the added pressure of the work needing to be done. So I do all of this and it gives me closure so I can peacefully focus on other things like my weekend if it's a Saturday. And that's helped me tremendously. I have a bonus for you. Now, I talked about checklists and clarifying and like reviewing that checklist and stuff. And there's tons of devices and tools that you can use to capture and clarify. But my bonus tip would be to use your phone. If you have a phone that's got a notes app, you're able to just add a note and name it checklist. Nowadays, you can create folders for checklists and departmentalize those as well. If that seems a little complicated for you, do whatever works for you. But I recommend you at least try to keep checklists and notes on your phone or on whatever you keep on you on a regular basis. It might be a notebook. That's all I have for today. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to. If you didn't like the video, let me know as well in the comments, because I want to get better so the community can get better. I love y'all. Talk to you later. Peace.